Okay. For the whole panel, I was just wondering, on average, how long do you get to memorize a script, and also...
3 or 4 minutes.
But also, what's the shortest amount of time in your careers that you've had to memorize, like, a whole event?
You mean like a war? What do you mean by event?
A scene, a
scene.
Like
Oh, okay.
A full episode or a play or.
Well, I did a movie that was actually kind of it's not easy, but it can be done. I did a movie that was actually pretty great. We were apparently on the Oscar shortlist. Stonehenge Apocalypse.
Awesome movie.
And that movie was really, really high production value across the board. And one of the things, the kind of thing that would happen on that movie would be they would say, oh, all right, great, let's do the, let's see, oh yeah, we're gonna do the car scene now. And I'll be like, what car scene? You know, the one where you're on the phone and that's 3 pages long. That's all your dialogue, and that no one told you about that was going to be shot today? We're shooting it right now. The cameras are set up. Can you just go get in the car and do the scene? That was about 4 minutes. I literally was like, you know, I have to go to the bathroom. And I didn't have to go to the bathroom, but I'm like, okay. And then, you know, Stonehenge Apocalypse. It was great. It was fantastic. So.
I think it's better sometimes.
Sometimes, weirdly, it is better. I think I do better if I have no notice at all, or 3 weeks to work on it, and anywhere in between is a disaster. And you never have 3 weeks to work on it. So, yeah, that's my take.
You can get stuff really quick. Like, they can do rewrites and you've got to know them in an hour, you got to know them overnight. Like, you got to really be prepared for that stuff. When I got hired on the 4400, it's a long story, but basically I got hired the night before and I had 12 pages of really technical, and then when it's conversation, it's one thing, but when it's really technical dialogue, it's incredibly hard to do. And that was, in fact, I don't think I ever got over that. I have a fear of lines because of that. So I'm not kidding, like 12 pages of, oh my God, I would, like National Threat Assessment Society, blah, 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 and general this, and, I miss that show. It's a fun show, 4400. Of course, not that many people saw it, which is why it is no longer around. Oh, okay. It's a great show. Anyway, that's my input.
I'm good with that too.
I didn't have a part scene on Stonehenge Apocalypse. I know her.
The emphasis on lips.
Well, there was an episode, it was a Stargate episode that was called, okay, Stargate fans, yeah? Yes. Was it called 28 Minutes? Remember that one? There was a Stargate Atlantis. 38 minutes? Okay. Well, 38
That was the long version.
38 minutes was 36 minutes. And they, so when we were shooting about 3 or 4 episodes after that, they handed me a 2-minute scene and said, we're going to be doing that in an hour. So get ready and go. So then, yeah, that's always fun. And I remember afterwards, just sweating. And the camera operator, Grizz Saltz is his name, and afterwards, we hadn't really said a word before that. He looks at me after that. Everyone just disperses to go on to the next scene. And he looks at me and says, you have really great concentration. Because all I was doing was just trying to make sure that I said the lines. Just wanted to get the lines out, take a breath, come back in. It's the blessing of the close-up. Yeah.
I did a first film I ever did, a film called In the Name of the Father with Jim Sheridan. And it's an amazing experience, but I got really scared when on day one Jim took the script, threw it across the room and went, so, right, what are we trying to say here? From that moment on, it was 157 people improvising a film. It can be a great deal of fun. I mean, if it's good writing, I mean, I was lucky enough to do Battlestar and all those fun things. And Doctor Who and all this. Should we keep going? There's a few more. Firefly. When you're talking about good writing, when you're talking about really good writing, it's actually very easy to get the story and get what's going on very quickly. It's actually not hard to remember it, and it kind of makes sense.
It's like Stonehenge Apocalypse.
But when it's bad, it doesn't matter what you know. I did a show called Mantis once. Remember Mantis? I killed off the show with an episode where I think my opening line had something like the chrysostolic dawn of the cyberspatial age in it, which I can remember now, but I couldn't remember at the time. I suppose you've refocused your attention on neurobiotechnology. Amazing what you did with those patents is one of the lines that will haunt me for the rest of my life. So when it's crap, it's really hard to remember, but when it's good, it's kind of fun.
And the writers are different, right? Like there's an Aaron Sorkin out there that you can't change a single word, and then some writers are okay with how much you change it, and so that kind of depends. I mean, some of them are really adamant. You've got to go word for what they write, and fair enough. And some of them are like, just get the idea out. Especially if you're on the eighth try, they're like, you know what? Just get the idea out there, and let's move on.
Okay, my question is for Samantha. How do you feel that they're bringing Joe back and not you?
Aww, it's like everybody got invited to the party and I didn't. Yeah, that was a thing I didn't want to bring up that I thought some of you would hate me for. There's been talk that Joe is coming back, but you know what? That's not really fair because I got brought back and she didn't, and I'm sure she said the same thing, right? So it's her chance to shine. I don't know, honestly, I really don't know how they're bringing her back. They can't do the same thing they did with me, so they got to get creative about it. She could come back as a bad guy, you know, there's a million, we all know that. There's a million ways. I'm jealous, I'm sad. It's like I'm a kid in the glass where everybody got to go in the playground and I got to stand in the house and look at everybody out there playing.
You must have been really mean to somebody to have that.
I must be very what?
You must have been really mean to somebody or something.
No, I wasn't. Was I?
You're Canadian.
Oh. Damn it, it's that Canadian thing again, because we live in igloos and ride around on snowmobiles. But yeah, you know what?
Snowmobile?
Yeah, and we have electricity up there too. Yeah, you know what, Sean, I'm happy for her. I sent her a little DM, is that what they're called? I sent her a little thing and a little thing saying, good on you, buddy, go and have some fun. She will. We've always had a blast on the show, so now it's her chance to go and have some fun, and maybe one day we'll be back together. That would be a weird storyline. I don't know how they would do that, but never say never, right? You don't die on that show, so anything can happen on Supernatural, which is the beauty of it.
Hi guys. So my question is, in the entire time that you've been doing the Supernatural series...
Is there a reason that the people asking the questions are all the way at the back?
Yeah, because
Is it like, are we ashamed of them? Or?
No, it's because otherwise we're blocking people from seeing your beautiful face.
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't they just kneel sort of in a subservient manner in the aisle? I mean, it's sort of like they're showing due respect anyway if they did that.
I
She
was
was being sarcastic. She
Oh.
was being sarcastic.
I would love to see who some of these people are.
Come on,
I
Peter.
see glitter back there, which is intriguing.
Yeah, why don't you guys go over to the
Boobs again! That was my nickname in college. Boobs again.
Oh, wow, that was a good call.
Boobs and bells.
I'm not embarrassed.
Can you ask this question with bells? Can you express the bells? No?
Where do I go?
What?
Oh no, there's a technical thing. She can't just go anywhere because the microphone.
Oh.
You did, Misha.
So this is like show and tell. So we've had the show portion.
Why don't you come up here and do a little
Yeah,
bit?
come on. Yeah, what's your question?
Okay, come here.
There. Okay, go back there now. Poor girl.
You can ask your question here.
welcome to DragonCon.
Best moment of my life ever. Okay.
They ain't over yet.
So I was going to ask, in the entire time that you guys have been doing Supernatural, what is the most difficult or challenging scene or episode you've ever had to do?
This will take a while to answer, won't it?
I'm straight to you, Misha, I think.
lights down low a little bit. A little music.
Okay, what was the question? What was the question? I really didn't hear it. There was
Does
too
it
much
really
excitement going on over
matter?
there.
Does it really matter?
No, but I feel kind of bad. There's people that want to ask questions, and you're flirting with bells and boobs.
Whoa, flirting. There's no flirting going on here. We're just...
Fondling them.
There's a shortage of seating, is all. Actually, there's another chair right there. Let's see. Hardest what? Okay, for me, difficult scene. I think maybe one of my most difficult scenes was a bar scene, interestingly, strip club, with Jensen, where Cass has his first beer and is going to try to, learn the ways of women. No, you're fine. This was one of those stupid actor moments where I took the beer and I thought, it said Cass takes a sip of the beer in the script, and I thought, wouldn't it be funny if Cass just chugged the whole pint of beer? And so we did one take and I chugged the whole beer. And then we did another take and I chugged the whole beer again. And then we did a third and a fourth and a fifth take, and now I'm like, I actually don't know if I can do it again. Like I'm having little throw-up burps and the whole thing. And then we do a sixth take, and the way it works on set is sometimes the director is watching on monitors in another room or nearby, so he's not on set with you necessarily. And we did a sixth take, and the director from the other room goes, Misha, that was hilarious with the way you drank the beer. Do that again. Because as it turns out, the camera had not been on me, it had been on Jensen for the first 5. So that sucked.
That's why they call you six-pack.
That's why they call me six-pack, yep. And you guys just take your time on this one.
Okay.